Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. So, today is part 2 of my Collage Butterfly series, and I want to show you some of the stuff that I will be incorporating into it, and yeah, so let's do that real quick. So, first of all, I have my mixed media watercolor paper taped down with masking tape. And this is what it is. It's 140 pound, 300 GSM, and it's 9 by 12. And I just got this at Walmart. So it's just a watercolor, 30 sheets. Works pretty good. It buckles a little bit when you get it really wet like I do, but I just tape it down and that helps. And then after it dries, I press it in my press. So that seems to help a lot. Okay, so these will be made into digitals. I'm going to do a series of 5. We're on the second one, and I will make sure to put the playlist at the end of the end screen so you guys can come check it out and get caught up. Okay, so what I've been incorporating is I have these beautiful squares that my mom, she sewed those together, and she sent me a bunch of them. And I like to incorporate fabric into my collages, so I think it's kind of fun. What we're going to do is cut this up today and incorporate it into the butterfly collage, and then I have some pretty butterflies that will be added with some flowers, and yeah, so we're going to add all that will be added. Okay, now the other day I did with you guys on my tissue deli paper, did some stenciling, a whole bunch of stenciling, just doing some collage papers, so it makes it way easier just to grab these and glue them down onto your collage. You don't have to get your stencils out, you know, you're already ready. I did this with spackling, so that's a fun way to do it, and it's all dry and ready to go. And did some cool gold. Let's see, so I did a bunch. I'm going to incorporate some of these in it. Not sure if I'm doing all of them. You never know. Less is better, usually, in this case. But I'm just getting a bunch out just to look at them and see what I want to add. So there's that. And I like to start off with a base of gluing down scrap papers or book pages or anything like that. Even if I'm going to cover it with gesso, it gives it a nice texture in the background, and it's a great process for me to start with that. And then I know, okay, I got my base down, and I kind of go from there. So today what I'm going to use is just a book page that I cut up. Oops. And I'm going to be gluing those down. And what I'm gluing with is Elmer's glue and water, and it's 50-50. And it's just a little mixture here. That's what I use to glue everything down. And yeah, so if you want your page not to buckle as bad, you can use the gel matte medium, which I don't have right here. Let me go grab the tissue box and the gel matte medium, and then I could just show you guys. Okay, so what these are is bakery tissues, and they're pretty, you know, just deli paper. And you get 1,000 of them, and they're 8 by 10.75. They are great. They just pull right out, just like that. And I use, there's a shiny side and a dull side. I always stencil on the dull side, but I love the convenience of just popping these out, having them ready, and just going ahead and just stenciling on or stamping on them. And they're very convenient. And this will be down in my Amazon links if you guys want to come check them out. I think that'll last me a couple years. They're really neat. And then, like I said, if you don't want to use just the water and glue, because it does make it buckle a little bit, you can use the regular gel matte medium from Golden. It's a heavy body acrylic medium, and it just helps glue stuff down and makes it so it doesn't buckle as bad. But for these, I don't mind. I don't mind it. I'm just going cheap and just making them flat enough so when I scan them off for digitals that they look good. And yeah, so this is in my Amazon links down below too if you want to check it out. Okay, so, and same with like gesso. I have some of that stuff down there, and I might throw this in, some crackle and some texture paste, which is always fun. Now, texture paste, if you don't want to pay the money for that, like the Ranger and stuff. I just use spackling, and it works great. I mean, that's what's on here, on this one right here. And I mean, seems to hold up fairly well. So, and it's a way inexpensive. You just get it at your, just a lightweight spackling. You just get it at any hardware store, anything like that. So this is parchment paper that I have like coffee dyed. I usually like coffee dye my stuff on top of it, and anytime I'm doing any projects, I throw this parchment paper down, and it gets all grungy and awesome goodness here. And then I just took some papers and glued those down, did some gesso, did some splatters, did some napkins that I glued down. So I'll probably incorporate some of these in the forefront of it. And same with these, which these are just fun little papers here. To just, you know, pretty papers with like writing and stuff like that on them. It's just some stuff that I've cut. Like I cut the edges off of here after they're done, because I need to make them as, you know, a certain size for the digitals. And I always keep them because I like to incorporate them into my collage. Okay, so we got that. I got piles of that. And I might be throwing in some pretty watercolors here, because I like on the fabric the like deep blues, and I mean, you can even mess with some purples happening. So I was thinking like these colors would be kind of fun just to incorporate throughout. So yeah, I'm pretty much just throwing everything at it here. And I even have RIT dye. It is RIT dye. It's a concentrated. It's for, you could do it on fabrics, and I mean, it says it cotton, wool, nylons, plus more, because I do it on papers, and I think it works great. I don't have any alcohol inks or anything like that. So I figure I have a bunch of these because I make rainbow gift bags in my Etsy shop for like birthday parties and stuff like that. So, and I do banner flags. I do tie-dye like banner flags and stuff. So I have tons of this, all the colors. And I dilute it and put it into my little bottles here. And this one's like a deep purple. And then I got an evening blue. I tried the sunshine orange. Didn't really care for it in the first one. But the yellow is kind of fun. And then this aqua blue always shows up really pretty. So I will be incorporating some of those throughout. And also a spritz bottle that has black and wine color. The wine I showed you for the RIT dye, and some water mixed. So that's a nice little spritzer. And, oh, a spray bottle in case I need it. Just water. And then I like to incorporate some of these in there. Vintage photo and maybe black soot. Not sure if I'll put that one, but vintage photo, I really like the look of it, the grunge throughout. And then, like I said, I'll pop in later to let you guys know more. I'm going to do a time lapse and get this going. And I will pop in later and, you know, maybe some stuff I missed that we've been talking about, what I added in and didn't tell you guys, like this. I always do watered down gesso for like splattering and stuff at the end. That's always fun to have. It's just water and the gesso. But yeah, I think, I don't know if I said gold. I use gold. This is just from Walmart. I got these all at Walmart, just paints. But, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll put in some nice music, and I will be back later. All right, so I want to show you guys what I've done so far here. Okay, let me move this to the side. So let's see. I put the papers down. Then I put a little bit of gesso on top when I was done doing the book pages. I just took some and squirted it on top. And then I took my water and spritzed it down just to kind of water it down. Took my palette knife and just spread it around. You know, you can still see the book pages through. So I just kind of did just a little spread. And then I glued down the little these little strips. I just did some of that throughout. And then I took my deli paper with my spackling on it and with the stencil and tore that and put that all down and just glued it on. And what's great about that is you don't have to wait any dry time. You just put it down and, you know, just wait for the glue to dry on it, and it's great. So then I did that, and then I went and did a little vintage photo around. Okay, I know I'm trying to think what else I did in order here. Oh, and then put the pretty papers down, just these little pretty papers and stuff. So I glued those down, then glued some of the parchment papers here. I did a couple of those around. Then I went through with my deli papers. I let it dry, and then I went through with my deli stenciled papers and did just some fun little stenciling, or glued those down. So then those are ready to go. And took coffee. So I did that, I put that down, and then I took my coffee here. And it's just instant dark roast coffee, just whatever's cheap. And took the granules, put them down, sprayed some water on top to spritz it. Yep. I think that's all I've done so far. Okay, so I did all that. Now I just want to show you guys what I'm doing with my fabric here. Is I wanted to rough it up a little bit and fray it out and make it look a little more worn and torn. So I'm just taking it, and I got all the little, I'm keeping all the threads that come out of it, and I'm just going like this and just grabbing the pieces that want to come off and pulling them. And then up here at the edge, I'm just taking my palette knife and just kind of going like this with it, just to fray it out. Or you could take your nail and do the same thing. But if you don't have any nails or anything, you could take like a palette knife or something like that, or even a butter knife would work. And just kind of just fray up the edges. Just kind of go like that and just get it all, you know, all worn looking. Okay, so I'm doing that. I'm going to do the same thing with the butterflies and get those all frayed up and stuff. And I mean, the more worn and torn and look like they've been weathered is exactly what I'm looking for here. So I'm just going to keep doing that. And then I'm going to take it, and I want to put this one in this corner. And then the other one's going to go into the other corner. Like that. And so I'm thinking, I think I want to put these down first and then mess with maybe the colors, the watercolors where I want to put it down, or maybe put the watercolors on first and then, so I don't know. I think I might mess with the watercolors first. But I kind of want to see what the thing is. So either or, whatever. I just want to show you guys. Oh, and I also want to do the Distress Crackle Paste. So I think I'm going to take some of that in a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and just add some of that all around, because I really love the look of that when it dries. And I'm going to incorporate these somehow throughout. Okay? So I just want to get you guys all caught up, and I will pop back in later. fun with it. And I think it turned out really cool. I'll show you guys a close-up. And I'll also make sure to go out and go get some pictures of it at the end. You guys can see. So I think it's really cool. So many different layers happening. And I wanted to tell you guys, so I went ahead and put the fabric down, glued that on, did some of the threads behind it, just kind of swooped those around, and then I took some gold. I did my gold marker here. It's just metallic paint marker. I just got it at just the store, just the little Buy Mart. It's like a little, just a little mart down there, and I thought that would help pop some of it because it was kind of dark. So I was like, I didn't like how dark it was looking. And I was like, well, maybe the gold will help. And I thought it looked cool around the words and stuff. So we got the faith, hope, and love. And then I put surrender down here. So I thought those were kind of fun. So what I did is took my gesso, my watered down gesso, and took the fan brush, and I just kind of went along here trying to outline and make this pop out a little bit more, because it was all blending together and it was a little dark in the middle, and I think that helped a lot. And then I inked the edges with the black soot just to frame it all around, and then I went ahead and just kind of did some just around the butterfly and around the little triangles here, just to kind of, you know, put that all together and just frame it together. And I think I'm really liking the end result here. So I'd love to hear in the comments what you guys think. And yeah, I think it turned out really fun. You can just see all the different layers through it. And I'll make sure to get it pressed because you can see how it warps a little bit. And I'll make sure to press it, and then it'll be all flat when I do my digitals and stuff for it. But I hope you guys found this informational. And if you could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.